Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the first of 12 videos for, Christmas, 12 days of Christmas, except this time it's 12 days of subpar videos, and we're kicking it off with the most low-effort video I can possibly make, a rant about the worst piece of media, well, not in my opinion, but one of the worst pieces of media, the Thomas and Friends franchise has ever produced. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I don't think I really need to explain that I'm a pretty big Thomas fan, but just look at my channel. But I have seen this movie countless times, since childhood, and every time I watch it, it just gets worse for me. So this is not going to be structured like my Wrong Road video. This is just going to be me talking about it. I'll jump around probably a lot, and I don't even know if I'll cover everything because I just won't remember to. But here we go. So starting off with some positives I have, because believe it or not, I do have some moniker enjoyment I get out of this movie. It's not much, but I do think the Logging Locos are not bad characters. I know I'm gonna probably get hate for this, but I do not think they're that bad. They are handled terribly in the show, but they do have potential. I really like the way they finish each other's sentences and work off each other. That's something that not even Bill and Ben have, and I think it's interesting. I wish they played with that a lot more. Their attitudes are just again, kind of like Bill and Ben. Bash and Dash are kind of like Bill and Ben, and I think that kind of works. With Ferdinand kind of just being there. I think it's a very interesting dynamic that the show has not seen before, and I really wish it was actually utilized well. Instead of just the trash episodes that we got, like Gordon Ferdinand or whatever. But yeah. The inclusion of Whiff is not something that probably a lot of people expect going in. Whiff is a pretty obscure character in the grand scheme of Thomas. There's the main 11. Most people know the main 8. Some people not even know Edward or Henry or Toby or Emily. A lot of people just know Thomas, Percy, James, stuff like that. Characters. But Whiff is pretty obscure. He was introduced in season 11, which wasn't too far before the movie came out. But I do like that he is included because Whiff is just a great character. Whiff is severely underused, and he's just so great. I'll probably make a video sometime in the future where I'd go over Whiff as a character, because he's just really good. Now we get into why I hate this movie. First of all, Misty Island. How has no one ever seen this island, and why doesn't anyone try to go to it? I feel like if Sodor is such a massive railway, and the island is right there, and there's a tunnel connected to it, and there's ships constantly going in and out of Brindum, don't you think at least someone would be curious about the island? Because there's no way that no one can see its silhouette through the mist. And there's no way it's not on any maps. It's just so stupid. I hate the concept. The underwater tunnel, I guess. I mean, it's not the most unrealistic thing, but I don't know. But Misty Island itself is completely stupid. Again, Bash Dash and Ferdinand, I don't really have that much of a problem with in this movie. I think they were handled pretty well and are actually some of the smarter and the characters that make better decisions, believe it or not. But yeah, Misty Island as a concept sucks. The Shake Shake Bridge, as good as the Trackmaster and Take and Play takes on the Shake Shake Bridge are, it is a terrible concept. The logging railway is a great concept. I love that idea. But a lot of the ways it's executed is abysmal. There's a huge realism problem with this whole with the whole movie. It's just completely unrealistic. One minor detail that I pointed out to a friend while watching this movie is that during the opening, Diesel shunts the cars off the bridge by accident, and they almost pull him off. But later on Misty Island, we can see a track where there's two flatbeds hanging off, and they're not going anywhere. How? There's nothing securing them. That's so stupid to me. I don't really know how Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand have not run out of oil at this point. I don't really know who drives them. That really doesn't make sense. It's not explained. Old Wheezy also doesn't make sense. Like, and I don't get who operates this crane because it doesn't have a face, so it's not sentient. And it doesn't have like a megaphone like Tugs. So it just, how does it how does it do anything? It's just so annoying when I watch this because there's so many glaring issues and oversights that just make me so mad. The pacing is abysmal. The opening goes on way too long. The extended chase scene between Thomas and Diesel is really not necessary. You can literally just start with Diesel pushing it, Thomas chasing, and then just cut to them at the bridge, and that would be so much easier. And like save room for the plot to actually be decent and fleshed out. Thomas is annoying. Thomas makes stupid decisions. Like, Thomas is not a character without flaws. I'm not gonna say that. He can have flaws, but when he is like rude to Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand for like no reason, and just like puffs away whenever they're trying to talk to him, that's kind of rude. Like they're the only engines on the island, on Misty Island. Thomas doesn't know that, but like you'd think that if you had any kind of help when you're lost on an island, you would talk to the engines that live there and try to get off of it that way. Diesel is wasted, but I don't really care because the whole opening sequence really didn't need to happen. The raft is trash. The whole raft thing is just completely stupid. It's already attached to the ship. They don't even bother to try to secure Thomas, and he's just in steam while on the raft. He's still puffing steam. And what is his crew doing? Are they sleeping in the cab? I can't imagine that's very comfortable. The raft perfectly aligning with the track is absolute garbage. There's no way around it. It's absolutely stupid. None of the actions in this movie, well, some of them, but many of the actions in this movie are not driven by the character actions. They're driven by luck, like the raft magically ending up there, and Thomas still being in steam for some reason. Another huge problem Mr. Tom had, he makes such terrible decisions throughout the whole movie. Like, let me send 3 engines on a ship when I'm also sending engines through the tunnel. The whole engines on the boat thing doesn't even work for me in the first place because does the boat leave? And if there's a boat going then, why couldn't Thomas just wait until then? I don't get it. Because he clearly wasn't on Misty Island for that long. And the insane contrivance when the mist just magically lifts away and then Thomas's smoke signals can be seen from Sodor. It's crap. It's utter crap. Of course, Percy's just at the docks at that time. It's trash. Sir Topham Hatt, like, thinks Thomas is just gonna be on some random coast. And, like, I don't really get why he's, like, waiting around in the water, because if you don't see the giant blue tank engine, he's not gonna just be an inch in front of you. Why doesn't Captain just go to Misty Island? What's the point of the whole 3 engines going on a boat? All you need is the little captain boat. I don't really know what type of boat he is, but little captain, and then Harold to fly over there. Because in All at Sea, Harold says he goes beyond the horizon, which includes Misty Island, so why can't he just go there? I don't get it. Yeah, it's dumb that, like, the logging logos all run out of oil at the same time, but again, that's the fault of Thomas's poor decision-making, and, well, in a way, it's kind of both their faults, because the logging locos force Thomas to help them work, which just is loading logs onto a flatbed, which I don't really get why they do that in the first place, because in their logic, old Wheezy is just gonna throw it in the river. So, I don't know. Thomas getting hit with logs is incredibly dumb. Again, with the old Wheezy, it's just like, why? What's the point? I don't understand that. The whole, that whole part of the movie where, they're just working is interesting. It could be interesting, but it's kind of just boring, and gives way to all of the nonsense that can just occur in this movie. But back to the whole tunnel thing. The tunnel thing is fine, whatever. It collapses. The whole opening up is incredibly dumb. What happened to things happening because characters did it? Why is everything just luck in this movie? Everything in this movie is completely balanced on luck. There's a few things at the fault of characters, like Thomas making the logging locos use their oil for hee-haw or whatever his name is. I don't know why they gave it a name, personally. But, yeah, that was a fault of Thomas, but the whole opening up is not a result of, like, Thomas's driver or something using, like, the fireman a shovel to, like, dig out. That's not what happens. It just collapses. Whiff and Percy just being able to smash through the rubble and not be affected by it is incredibly dumb. The whole movie, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I just think, how did this get approved? And why didn't anyone object to this? I don't really have anything else to say. I don't really want to say anything else, because the more I talk, the more problems I'm going to remember from this movie, and I don't want to think about it any more than I already have. So, sorry for this late video. That's it. That's all I can really say. It is my fault that I didn't get this out on the first day, but oh well. You're getting it now. So, happy second day of Christmas, I suppose this is what today is. And, hope you have a good Thursday. I can't remember the days anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching.